Hi, today I'm playing a game from 2012 that used to be very popular back in 2012 and 2013 and even 2014, I believe. I do remember at the time that it used to be all over YouTube. Unfortunately, the company that makes this game has recently shifted to mobile games, and I don't think they're gonna make another version of the Game Dev Tycoon. But the good news is that there is a mod community for this game. I don't know how active it is anymore, but there are quite a few mods that you can install on this game to make it more fun or to add more recent consoles or platforms you can play games on, or you can just add all sorts of things. But today I'm going to try to play some of the vanilla game and see how much of it I still remember from back in the day when I used to play it. So when you start the game, of course, you get a welcome screen telling you that you're going to be creating your own game development company, and they're asking for a name. I'm going to just call it Cosimo's, and of course the player name Cosimo. Unfortunately, I don't think they have I guess this would be the closest to my hair color. Let's go with like an ugly sweater, like a gray sweater. Alright, so I'm getting this screen because I did play this game recently when I tested it out. So some of the previously gained experience, let's say, can be imported into the new game. In this game, I will import some of the previous experience because I don't want to start from scratch, because honestly, I do not remember how to combine some of these things so I don't fail immediately. I will say the last time I played this, the first game I created, I think it literally got like a 1 or a 2 out of 10, which is not good. So I'm going to be keeping some of those unless otherwise I'm gonna have to restart like every 10 minutes because I'm gonna keep failing until I remember how to combine them properly. To start the game, we just click anywhere and then click on develop new game. We can pick a topic. Let's see, these are usually randomly generated. So for the first game, I usually like to do something like a 2D sorry, not a 2D, like a text adventure. In this case, I think I'm gonna go with something very boring, something like business simulation, let's say, and I'm gonna have to I'm gonna try the PC for the first game. What should I name this? Business Simulator? I'm gonna name something stupid like NES Sim. There we go. NES from business, of course. So text-based because it's a simulation, and text-based should be working well. Oh, this is actually going to be pretty good. So these pluses right here and minuses, these are from the previous game saves that I have done based on the research that I've done after creating a game. So in this case, I do know that business and simulation, the engine should be somewhere in the middle, gameplay matters the most, and the story doesn't really matter. Same thing here. For the second stage of the development, there's no need for dialogue. I mean, it's text-based and it's a business simulation, so there really is no need for dialogue. And then AI, of course, should be pretty important in this case, considering it's a business sim. Of course, you see, you need to have strike like a balance between the technology and design when you do this, and also get rid of all of the bugs. Second stage, I'm gonna go with sound, I guess. No, sorry, sound should be somewhere in the middle. I'm not sure if either world design or graphics matter that much, but considering it's a business sim, maybe graphics should matter a bit more. And there is no world to speak of, although I'm not sure what that means exactly in this case. But I'm gonna choose something like this: no world design, focus on graphics, even though it's text-based, but you can still do some ASCII graphics, I guess. And then finally sound somewhere in the middle. We need to finish the first game. All right, it's not quite balanced, but it is a text sim again, so design and technology, and I guess technology should matter a bit more. Let's finish this. These are all of the skills that I've leveled by creating this game, and then of course my own skill as well, and I can release the game now. I wonder if I can already research a new topic, but I think I'm gonna create a new game immediately after. Let's just see what review I got. Yeah, once again, these reviews are quite atrocious, I'm not gonna lie. They're very middle. I mean, literally 5s and some 6. Oh, there's a 7 too. But for a first game created, maybe it's not that bad. The first news we get in this is about your own company being started and releasing the first game. Okay, so right after you develop the new game, you can generate a game report, and from this you can learn what works and what doesn't based on the decisions you took to create the game. First week of sales, we got quite a lot of money. See, we're already in the green. We made 28k and lost 8k, and we just gained some fans as well. That's great. Now we can just look at the game report to see what was found. It says that business and simulation is a great combo, but engines are very important for this type of game, and an engine is something we can create later. For now, let's just develop a second game. Think of going something like military strategy maybe, and I am going to try the PC again because the dev cost is a lot smaller and the market share is almost 50-50. Not quite, but close. Alright, military strategy game. What should I name this? Let's give it like a generic name like Airstrike. I'm imagining that kind of morbid, but I'm imagining this is a game about organizing airstrikes on certain military targets, which could work on a 2D graphics engine, let's say. I'm gonna try 2D graphics version 1. Right, so kind of like the simulation, I guess I'm gonna leave these as they are. Engine, gameplay on max, engine on the middle, and no story and quest. Oh, and we just sold 10k copies of our previous game. Alright, so here level design is quite important. I don't think dialogues are that important in strategy, and I'm gonna go AI in the middle. Hopefully this is correct. And the last thing, I literally have nothing researched about this. I'm not sure what to pick here. Maybe something like, oh, this might be atrocious, but something like world design max, graphics in the middle, and maybe something like no sound. It's mostly because the world design, I think, should be pretty important for a strategy game, especially a military one. Although, yet again, I could say the same thing about graphics, so maybe I'm going to do something like this. So sound, leave it at the bottom. I'm not sure if this is a good decision or not. World design somewhere in the middle, because I do think that designing, kind of laying out the world of this game should be important for getting yourself immersed in the game. But then again, it is strategy, so I'm not sure. But I'm going to leave it somewhere in the middle, and I'm going to put graphics on max. I'm not sure if that's how it was before I changed it, but we'll see after I create a game. Right, it's a lot more balanced now than the previous one, and it's a perfect 11-11 split. Let's see what we did. Got a new record, leveled up everything, and I'm gonna release the game, and hopefully it's not gonna be trash. I really hope it's not gonna be trash. It is, oh god, it is genuinely trash. The sound is very important for a strategy game about the military. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why it would be more important than everything else I could have chosen from that stage. The previous game is off the market, this new one's gonna be on. I'm gonna do some report on the new game and see what's wrong with it. Oh, and there's platform news talking about how the Govador G64, yeah, is outselling PC, which is, spoiler, for now it's outselling it, but soon it won't be. I think after this, let's read the game reports first. So military strategy, great combination again. Dialogue seemed to not be that important for this type of game, but it didn't say anything about sound. Meanwhile, I'm gonna try to research some new topic to create some sort of new game. Maybe like a dungeon RPG, let's say. Alright, the new topic has been researched, and now we can use it when creating a new game. So dungeon RPG, I'm gonna go with the PC again. Once again, the dev cost is a lot cheaper. I'm gonna call it something like Cave Looter 2K 2D graphics. Soaring Quest, very important. Gameplay, I would argue, very important, and Legend less so. Some more news about platforms. Oh yes, the Japanese company Ninvento and the new successful arcade game called Dinky King. And then there's more news about Ninvento, which of course is a play on words on Nintendo. It's not really a play on words, it's just the same one with some letters swapped out. Right, next thing, dialogue's quite important for an RPG. Level design, I would argue, is also on the same level as dialogues, if not maybe more important, but not in this game apparently. And AI, not that important. And the previous game is off the market already. And lastly, world design I'm going to put on max, graphics in the middle, and sound at the bottom again, and hopefully they're not going to complain about there being no sound, but I'll see. Oh god, I already don't have good faith in this game simply because there's a lot of mismatch between design and technology. But then again, so was the first game. But then again, the first game was not that great either, so... let's see what I cooked up in here. Level up gameplay and graphics. Let's release the game. More platform news about the PES. Of course, I believe it's called the NES in real life. Alright, let's see. A6, A7, A6 again, and... what should be like a 5? It's a 6. Right, average game again, or above average, I would say. Let's generate a game report. No, contracts are here. So contract work, of course, is a way of earning extra money in some cases. Right, let's game report for the game. Dungeon and RPG, great combination, of course. Story seems to be very important for this type of game. I mean, I think that is pretty obvious in this case. Let's see, I have quite a decent amount of cash. Let's see if I can research a game engine. Maybe I can create one. New research available. Game tutorials. Alright. Okay, I have researched game engines. How much would it cost to create one now? Quite a decent amount. I think I'm gonna wait for now, and I'm just gonna create a new, maybe find some contract work. What is there? 5 weeks, 11 and 10, 24k. Let's try this one. 5 weeks should be enough time, hopefully, but then again, I am at the beginning of the game, but it looks like it's gonna finish. And the previous game is off the market. Alright, so that's an extra 24k. You're welcome, Jason. Let's create a new game. Let's go with, what would be a good combo?